Hello.
Hey, Seth.
Hey, Mary.
Did you watch the Degrassi in Ecuador special?
No, I don't watch our network. Yes, of course I watched it. It's nice that you set it up that way. But yeah, I watched it. It was heartwarming.
It was. It was really good.
It
I
was
loved it.
actually extremely guilt-inducing, is what it was, and
I know.
heartwarming at the same time. But
I was kind of thinking about how, like, I had really big intentions this year to be like, nobody get me any presents, just donate to my favorite charity. And I don't know that I exactly followed through with that. But instead, if I get any gift cards, I'm going to donate those to charity. And if I get any money from my mommy and daddy, I'm going to donate that to charity. The other thing I loved about Degrassi in Ecuador is that it's like a reminder to people that you don't have to be on the cast of Degrassi to go like with a group to do amazing work, in areas of the world that need it. Like there's volunteer vacations, or I'm sure people are members of like youth groups or go to school or stuff like that. But that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure would be pretty hot to most colleges. And it also is a way to see the world, and it also
totally.
is a way to do really good things.
Yeah, that's totally true. Are you really giving all your gift cards to charity? Because like I wasn't planning on doing that.
I know. I kind of like now that I said it on the podcast, I feel like now I have to do it because I said I was. So it's on, Seth.
Hmm.
You don't have to do it. I'm just saying.
No, because now it's like you're throwing it now.
I'm sorry. I ruin everything.
I love how I just made this all about me.
I I can't do anything right, Seth.
It's
I'm
like you can't give the
sorry.
gift card to charity because what about me, Mary? Really?
But so wait, the other thing I want to say about volunteer vacations, I
Oh
could
yeah,
change the
yeah, yeah,
subject for you, is
yeah.
that unlike giving a gift card to a charity and just kind of being like, okay, I hope that did some good, when you do like one of these volunteer vacations, like at the end they were like, "Here, we built this. Like we
Yeah,
made this happen," and they finished and had that satisfaction of finishing,
yeah.
which I'm sure was especially satisfying because they weren't sure if they were going to. And I kind of I envy them that experience, and I want to have an experience like that. I remember doing like Habitat for Humanity in high school, and it's been a really long time. I should do
Wow,
it again.
you're just a good person.
Oh, what? Yeah, that was yeah. How long ago was that? And I haven't done it since.
No.
I'm not that good.
You know who else is a good person? Is that Evan Williams,
That Evan Williams,
Kelly from Degrassi,
he's amazing.
but he also went to Ecuador and
And I'm not just saying he's amazing because he's cute, which would be a perfectly valid reason for me to say he's amazing, as if anyone knows me, knows that I would usually do that. But
right,
he, I just have to say, like, we have messed up this interview two times before this now due to technical difficulties,
right.
and he was so accommodating to us and totally let us reschedule and wasn't even like cranky about it at all. And the last time I called him, I was like, "Okay, we have to reschedule. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." And he's like, "That's okay. It gives me a chance to go bring chicken noodle soup to my friend who's sick." I was like, "You've
No,
got to be kidding me."
seriously. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it gives me a chance to go build a hospital in Guam.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we call him and you hear, "Runga, runga, tung, 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 tung." Oh, I'm sorry. We're just finishing the MRI unit.
Oh my God.
I
All
hope that's
right.
not the case. All right, but let's call Evan.
Hello?
Hello, Evan Williams.
Hi.
Hello.
This is
Hey,
Mary and Seth from the
We're
end.com.
doing it
how
for
you
real
doing?
this time. It worked.
You're my hero. You just delivered chicken noodle soup to your sick friend.
That's impressive. Did you even
Probably.
know? Did it wasn't you just didn't like give him a can of it, right? You actually made the soup.
Oh no, no, no. We made the soup. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Because
oh
some people
man.
would just come over with an unopened can and just set it down and say, "There
Just throw a can in the window and stop driving by. Drive by
Yeah,
cans.
actually, I can think of a lot of people, like friends of mine, that I would call and be like, I'm really sick. Can you do me a huge favor and bring me some soup? And if they
Yeah.
were guys, they'd be totally clueless and bring me a can of soup and be like, okay, bye. So you
Just
get
roll it under the door.
major points. Um, so okay, we have lots to talk about. First, let's talk about Degrassi in Ecuador.
Fantastic.
Um, I remember at the beginning of the episode, I don't know if you've even seen the episode, but the way it's edited together, at the beginning, you say every time you travel, you learn something new about yourself, and you wanted
Mhm.
your worldview to be expanded by this trip. So, were you
Yeah.
successful in expanding your worldview?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it stayed with me for until now. So I was able to bring the experiences I learned back with me, and it's changed me forevermore, I think. However, sometimes it's hard to put a finger on exactly what has changed. It's just, and I feel like I evolved a little bit. My understanding of the way the world works evolved a bit.
Right, totally. And it also, I mean, it kind of sounded like when you were saying that every place changes you, it sounded like you're somebody who's traveled a lot before. Is that true?
Yeah, I've been to a couple places before, actually doing kind of similar work.
Oh,
I was able to go to yeah, I was able to go to Nicaragua when I was about 15, which is my first kind of eye-opening experience into the third world. And we actually were up in the mountains doing a service project. It was a makeshift clinic in a place called Los Minas Alimón, which means the mine in the mountains. It was this diamond mine which had gone defunct because it didn't have any diamonds. So the government picked up and left all the people there. And so these people were kind of trying to eke out a living and find some agriculture in the jungle, and we're living in mud huts and stuff, and there's lots of parasites and that kind of stuff. So lots of work for us to do, and it was really cool. And as a 15-year-old, it hit me really hard, and the culture shock obviously was big. And then I got to go to Russia when I was about 17 or 18, and worked kind of with inner city youth and spent some time at the Moscow psychiatric ward at the Moscow hospital.
Wow.
And that was completely different. It was like night and day from Nicaragua. But again, it just kind of made me feel like the people that need help, there are people all over the world that need help, and it's at home or it's abroad or it's anywhere. But I just loved actually getting there to make a difference. That's my favorite way to travel.
yeah.
Because you get to see things, but you also you don't have to deal with the guilt, and you get to actually make a difference. So.
Oh my God. I mean, that's not kind of a coincidence that you and Sarah Barable Tishower like ended up working together. It looked like a lot on that mural, and I know she's had a lot of the same
Yeah.
experiences. Like, had you guys already kind of talked about that before you took this trip, or?
Yeah, a bit. We kind of had shared histories and stuff, but we really had a chance, especially doing the mural. We were like side by side for a couple of days in a row, every single hour of the day, and so we really got tight, and we talked about basically everything there is to talk about. So we realized how similar our paths had been, and I had never thought that I would get the chance to do something like the trip to Ecuador, especially getting into a job in film and television. And so
Right.
as soon as the idea was brought up, I jumped at it because I didn't expect to be able to do something like that for another couple of years. So.
Yeah, totally. It sounds like everybody who went was just like, "Yep, I'll go." Like, no sweat.
For sure, yeah. It was such an enthusiastic group, actually.
I wanna talk about how you got on Degrassi, but before we leave Ecuador, I need to ask you about something that you say in the special one. When Charlotte's bargaining to buy the hats from the vendor, and you say that the most important thing is to be able to stage the walk away.
That's right, stage the walk away.
All right, so what does that
For
mean?
sure. Well, it's something that I learned actually wheeling and dealing in Nicaragua, where we were way out more in the middle of nowhere and kind of in the middle of the jungle, and it's really a bartering system. And in North America, we don't really understand that you need to use every single tactic in the book, and you can use cajoling, you can try to make them sympathetic, you can try to guilt them into it, you can try to scare them into it, you can try like anything, and it's all kosher. Like anything that you can use, they're expecting it, and if you don't use it, then it's like you're playing a game and you're not using the right tools. You got to use the tools available to you, and the best one I found was staging the walkaway, because if you say, okay, you know what? Thank you for your time. I appreciate that, but I'm going to go elsewhere with my money. Then people all of a sudden are like, oh, wait, I was just, I was joking, or because they don't want to lose the sale. They want to take you for everything you have. And I mean, if I was in their position, I would do the exact same thing. I mean, everybody's got to make a living, right? And so
It makes sense to me that like actors would be particularly good at this because it's like there's so many different things you have to do. It sounds very theatrical, and I'm just kind of like, oh, $7, okay.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Well, and the hardest part is when it really does seem like it's worth $7, but it's the bartering is the way things are done.
Right.
It's hard for a North American to kind of wrap their mind around that, because you feel like you're trying to cheat the person, but really it's expected.
Yeah.
It's expected, and a lot of the other kids on the trip, we tried different. Everybody had their own kind of their forte, and mine was, in the end, I figured out that being angry and being overwhelmed by how much the price was and all this, that didn't really work for me. The best one for me was to go the sympathy route. To say, oh, I'm getting this from my sister. Please, por mi hermana, sister.
So do you use these techniques in real life now at home? So you're on Friday night, you want to go to a movie, and your friend wants to go out to dinner, and you're like, I think I'm just gonna have to stay home. I'm gonna have to stay home.
Well, yeah, I every once in a while, but I try not. I try to keep the bartering to the marketplace because otherwise you get a reputation. Yeah. But I did find that when I got home, the first time I went to a convenience store and there was something I was buying and I was like $2.99, and I brought it to the counter. I was like, really? $2.99? And the clerk gave me the deadpan look. And he was like, yes.
Yes,
$2.99.
That's what the price tag says.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay, wait. Also, before we talk about Degrassi, I have like two other things. One is that we noticed in your filmography that you were credited as having a guest role on Instant Star as Cute Boy. Can you tell us which Cute Boy you were?
Oh man, I was that was one of the first roles that I had gotten out of theater school, and it was actually because Epitome Pictures, who makes Degrassi, also makes Instant Star, and so it was my first chance to meet all those people, and I was this guy who the lead character Jude, she was walking down the street feeling really good about herself at the beginning of an episode, and then somebody had slandered her on a big poster of her, and I was some guy that was standing at a bus stop and recognized her and thought, oh, she's nice, and then turned around and realized what somebody had written, and then turned around and told her so basically. and that was that. So it was about 7.8 seconds of glory for me. And actually the guy Steve, he's the costumer for Epitome Pictures. My first day on set, he was giving me a fitting, and as soon as I walked in the room, he was like, "You're not that cute." Like, oh, geez. Welcome to Epitome. Just roll out the welcome mat. I don't know.
Oh my God, because I was about to say, like, that must have been a nice ego boost to be, like, hi, my name is Cute Boy, but maybe not if something cut you down.
Yeah. Well, I just had to wear it. I just had to kind of, as long as I didn't show any cracks in my facade, then other people wouldn't point them out, I guess.
Right.
So I was like, yes, hi, I'm Cute Boy. Nice to meet you.
CB,
Yeah, CB for sure. No biggie.
The other interesting thing that we found out about you is that you're in that Grey Gardens movie with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, I had a great time working on that film, and I'm really excited to see it, actually. It's my first time working with Drew. Actually, I actually didn't even know that Drew Barrymore was in the film.
Oh, wow.
Until I was, because it was all very top secret. It's shooting up in Canada, and they like to keep things relatively kind of low key, and especially when stars are involved. And so I had gotten this role, and all I knew was that it was a scene opposite a character named Edie, and I was there in costume. We were on a beach filming, and over these dunes came this woman in this white flowing robe, and I thought to myself, man, that looks like Drew Barrymore. That would be weird.
My
and
God.
then she got a little closer, and I said, man, that really looks like Drew Barrymore. And then she walked right up to me and said, hi, I'm Drew. You must be Evan. I was like,
Oh my God.
We started shooting about 15 seconds after that, so I didn't even have time to be shell-shocked, and so I'm really excited to see how it looks. Maybe I look a little shell-shocked. We'll see.
But was that like part of their method? Was that to get you to look like, who is this woman? If you're, I guess,
maybe, I don't know.
If
Well,
Edie, it's like I would imagine any dude would be kind of like, whoa.
That's true. Well, my character was hitting on her, so yeah. But I think it worked to my advantage because I didn't get a chance to psych myself up first, and so I was kind of like, okay, Drew, all right, let's do this. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, Degrassi.
Right.
So we were saying before that you basically mostly work with Sarah and Miriam and Cassie, or Liberty and Manny and Emma. And
that's right.
you've got three girls essentially fighting over you, especially in one of those episodes. Manny and Emma are pretty much fighting over you, like straight up. Has that ever happened to you in real life, Evan Williams? Have you ever had to
in real life? No. Well, not fighting. I mean, girls don't fight really. Girls are much more. They're more insidious with the way they fight. It's more. It kind of exists outside the realm of, like, those dog whistles that you blow them and humans can't hear them, but dogs can hear them. I feel like I'm not drawing any allusion to women being like that, but I just find that there's it's like a whole it's a supersonic level on which women fight that men are just kind of like dun dun dun, dun, and they're just walking along missing everything.
It's so
like
true.
Microwaves.
We could be having a fight like right in front of you, and you won't even know. And then like later on, you're like, "Why didn't you stick up for me?" And he's like, "What?" Like I didn't know she was saying anything.
Yeah, but I for one am thankful it's that way, because if we were aware of all of it going on, I don't know how we would feel about it. But guys are the same way, like in an opposite way. Like guys will fist fight and be at like tooth and nail, and the next day they'll be like, "Hey, bro," and
Yeah.
it's no big deal.
Yeah, totally.
So it's just a kind of a different way of understanding.
Have you and a guy friend ever fought over someone?
Yes, actually, my first fight ever. I'm not a huge fighter. I'm more of a lover than a fighter. But my first fight I ever had was in grade 4, and it was there's a girl named Lauren that I went to school with in Calgary, and she was cute, and she was the apple of my eye. I liked her, and this other guy was I remember so vividly. We were on the jungle gym, and he pushed her off the monkey bars.
Oh.
And yeah, and I took exception to this. I did not appreciate it, and I walked right up to him and I told him so. And he shoved me, and I shoved him back, and then we just started, like in Snoopy, when people fight, it just becomes like a big ball, and she kicks and fists and feet. We were like one of those, just a traveling whirlwind of fight. We actually rolled down a hill fighting, and then I looked up, and there was our superintendent or whatever, standing there tapping her foot at the top of the hill, and we got sent to the principal's office, and I think we both cried and made up.
But who got the girl?
Did Lauren at least appreciate that you had, defended her honor?
She did. I think she did. I mean, nothing happened. I mean, it was grade 4, but I think she thanked me afterwards, and I think maybe she gave me a crayon drawing.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
you still have it, don't you? You
yeah.
can tell us.
Oh. I made a shirt of it. I'm actually wearing it right now. No.
All right, so which one does Kelly actually want to get together with? Because I know he likes one of them. I mean, right?
There is some potential, but I'm pretty sure you just gotta have to watch and find out.
We always think we can catch the new people with that stuff, but it never works.
Yeah, I really tried to slap it in there. I was so
sorry about that.
I swear they put you guys in some sort of shock torture room when you first joined the show to teach you how to not fall for questions like that.
Oh, it's true. It's the most difficult with close friends, because they try everything. It's like bartering. They're like, "Come on," and they're like, "Oh, I can't believe you wouldn't tell me." I'm like, "It's just me. I won't tell anybody. And I would tell you if it was me."
It's for my sister.
Yeah, por mi hermana. It's so beautiful.
I'm going home. I don't want to be your friend anymore. Oh, God. All right. Thank you a million times over for talking to us today and tonight and yesterday, because very, very accommodating. And it was a massive pleasure, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Good to talk to you guys.
All right, see ya.
All right, bye.
Take care. Bye.
So now I'm just picturing you, actually, on All Women, just kind of walking around communicating in a supersonic language, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something. You're just kind of and sending signals. Is that really what's happening?
Yes. In a word, yes.
Finally, I say humanity knows the truth.
See, you know what you just missed? Just now, I was just communicating to all the girls who are listening, and you didn't hear it, but I was saying, did you hear the part where he called that girl the apple of his eye? What the hell? I love him. He's like a doll baby. He's the sweetest thing ever.
This is totally unfair, because dudes have the exact opposite thing. It's like we are unable to communicate with each other. It's like when we actually even want to, it just is impossible.
Then you do stuff like say, "What's up?"
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah. So we're not doing a podcast next week.
Yeah, deal with it, people.
We need time off. Frankly, I'm sick of talking to you is really what it is.
Basically, that, and Hanukkah starts Sunday night, and Christmas is next week, and we just don't feel like dealing. So, no podcast next week. Plus, I don't think any fancy celebrities would talk to us then anyway.
No, they have lives.
And actually, the following week, probably no fancy celebrities would talk to us either. So what we're going to do is a Best of 2008 recap thing.
Yeah.
And I want the people of Earth to be involved. So what we're going to do...
People of Earth.
Right after this podcast, it's going to be an Insider where I'm just going to be like, what were your favorite things about 2008? And just post in the comments. And next time we do a podcast, we will read some of those comments and mention your username, and you'll be famous, and people will fall at your feet. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Totally.
Okay, so yes, best of 2008 and cider. Look out for that. Post to it,
Word.
and then podcast the week of New Year's.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
the summary. Beep, 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 beep. Can I just do a podcast of just me doing that?
That would be a massive hit. We'll get a movie deal off of that one, dude. Can't wait. All right. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. I believe Kwanzaa's next week as well. And solstice is what, Sunday? So happy holidays, people.
Happy holidays. See you, Mary.
See ya.
Bye.